Hello guys, in this video we will take all the knowledge that we have gained in the last 6 to 7 lectures and we'll apply all those validations to this timesheet spreadsheet. Let's jump in. Here is the same demo workbook we have been using throughout the data validation lectures. There's a little thing that I had done to this workbook. I did a little update. All I did was applied some color here, and you may see a little change in the table headings when compared with the other data validation lectures, but that's okay. You'll get the latest and the greatest to be downloaded for your practice. The first sheet, which is blue in color, is timesheet no validation, and the other is with validation. To begin with, both these sheets have no validation whatsoever, but we will be applying data validations to this orange sheet where it says timesheet with validation. That way we can compare it with no validation. You can see the difference in the user experience when you deal with no validation spreadsheet versus a spreadsheet with validation. Okay, so let me go over the spreadsheet real quick and then we'll start applying data validation. So as I said, it's an employee timesheet spreadsheet that an employee is expected to submit to his or her employer. So there's an employee ID field, an employee enters, and first name, last name, age, contact number, state, zip, and then you have some numbers here. So an employee can submit a max of 60 hours for a given week. And start time is always after, or at 7 o'clock or after, and the end time is 9, meaning an employee cannot report that he started working at 6 a.m. in the morning and worked past 9 a.m. So that's what it means. Then we have a reporting date, and then we have date start and date end, meaning for generally the timesheet is reported for some for a given week or for some week. So generally the start date would be Monday through Friday. If you have Monday is a holiday for any reason, then we are not going to input all such calculations here, but what I'm trying to tell is just for a week. Then reporting hours, and what it is let's say you work 10 hours a week. 10 hours a day, it becomes 50 hours. So you're good there because it says max is 60. But for whatever reason, you add all your numbers, and if you go over 60, it's not going to allow, or it's not supposed to allow you. Anyway, that's the whole idea. To kind of help us with this data validation, I put together some sample data that you can use. Like I have some project IDs and list of some managers that we can use, client locations that we can use, and employee ID. Just for it's a sample, so it says 5,000 through 20,000. So what we'll do is let's start working at it. Let's go to this timesheet validation. Let's start with employee ID. So here it says the employee ID ranges between this. So what we'll do is for employee ID, we will apply a validation for a whole number between 5,000 to 20,000. We'll say you can be more descriptive if you want, but I just want to input something there. So that kind of tells, if you try to put 4,500, you'll get an error. So now we applied there. First name, last name. What we can do is we can say text length. You can say between, let's say 1, and max is 30. So that means the field cannot be blank once you enter in. So you'll say 1 max length is 30. So that gets applied to both the fields. Next is age. Let's say we will do whole number. Let's say we never hire people less than 21 years old, and let's say, just for the sake of example, I'll say max as 85. And then someone tries to put 20, errors, and if you try to put 90, you get an error. Contact number, you'll put the telephone number there. State. So here I don't have any data here, but somehow we need to add validation. Okay, what we will do is we will go to Google and search for list of states in United States and get that and kind of create a list and apply here. So let's go to Google, and I want to do list of states in USA. Okay, it's a simple list. Okay, now we have a list of states. Now here what you can do is just copy these. Then let us get back to our spreadsheet. We can use the same data sheet here. Then just paste it there. Of course it's all messed up a little bit. That's okay. What we'll do is take this, adjust this, adjust more. Okay, now I guess we can adjust even better. We don't need all this data. Delete that. Let's say for now we'll just use the abbreviation instead of the whole state name. Delete that. So now we have this list all the way down here. We will just copy that, paste it there, remove this one. Let's say we'll make it look identical. We'll copy the format, paste it here, copy this format, and paste it for all the states. Just for the sake of it, okay. So now we have the list of states. What, it took about less than 30 seconds, I believe, right? So now we can use this as a list. So what we'll do is we'll use the name reference. So we will select all these US state and hit enter. So we have a named reference. Now we can go to our validation sheet, and for the state what we'll do is go to data validation. We'll say list equal to US state. Now we have the list of states. So there's no way user can enter. Let's say user enters AB, hit enter, he gets an error. For a zip, what we could do is we can add some formatting. It's already in place. If not, if your sheet does not have, then just apply zip code +4. I mean, what it does is when you try to enter a zip code, it kind of formats it to a US zip code standard. Now here we don't need any formatting. This is just the numbers that they are saying that the max is 60 hours and the start time for the day is 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. That means you cannot input 6 a.m. as the start time. Reporting date, generally this is whenever they start entering the data, that's when they report. We can use a function, say equal to, now hit enter, that will put today's date there. Next we have a start date start, and here what we can do is generally it's a Monday. I believe August 14th was Monday, so what we'll do is 8/14/2017, hit enter, that's the date. And here what we want to do is end date should be Friday, right? Irrespective of whether Friday is a holiday or Monday is a holiday, it really doesn't matter. It's always work week, Monday through Friday. And I mean, it depends, right? If some companies work Monday through, if they work more than 6 hours or 6 days or the whole 7 days, it all depends, right? But we can do Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday. I'll just do Monday to Sunday just for the sake of it. It really doesn't matter. But here, what it really does is when I do +6, so it's going to add 6 days and add there, which will give you 7 days window. So if you change it to 8 by 15, it increments it accordingly by 1, but this is really not Monday through Sunday. I mean, we don't have, right now we are not going to input any kind of validation based on the day of the week. For now, we'll just do, let's assume that user enters right date here, and automatically, this 7th day's date shows up here. The reporting hours, this needs to be the total of the reporting hours. So we'll say this is equal to whatever total gets here, right? So now most of the validation here is done.